Hello guys, I am server operator for oldsgamer.com and I'm going to show you how to create a Network Selection 2 dedicated server which is self-efficient and do not require your presence at all. Please know that my English is extremely bad and my grammar is even worse, so just try and hang in there and just follow my lead. Okay, so this is my first time doing this. So let's start from the beginning. I go into unknownworld.com, Network Selection 2. I'm going to the community. I'm going to go to Network Selection 2 discussion and general discussion, and here we go. Here you will find everything about hosting server and admin permission system. Let's start up by hosting up an NS2 server using the new SteamCMD, which I personally dislike a lot, but that's just my opinion. I hate Valve sometimes. Anyways, let's start with this. Is that first of all you need to download SteamCMD zip folder, which you get by clicking on this link. I'm just going to open up this folder here. Control C, and now I'm going to go using the remote desktop to my gaming computer, and I am just going to Control V. There we got the file here. Just going to extract it. Doesn't matter where you extract it. I personally, why is everything going to right side out of the screen? That's extremely annoying, but okay. Anyways, anyway, this is Swedish, just letting you know. So this means desktop. And let us extract this. There we go. Here we got the file. SteamCMD exe. First of all, I want you to organize everything, because I believe that you're an organized person who's listening to my voice right now. So let's start by having it that way. Let's just create a folder. Let's call it NS2 rocks. There we go. You click on it, and I decided I want to have this folder in a separate one, because once you click on it, it will download a lot of files to where it's located. So I want to have it in a separate one. Dragging it there. I double click on this, and right now it's downloading everything. As you can see, a lot of files coming into the folder, and now it's finished. Load Steam, okay, and here's Steam. And what we do now is, according to this thread, we need to write in login, username, and password in this command line here. So you write login, then you write your Steam account is your username and space. And then you write in the password for your Steam account username. Once this is done, you click enter. And right now, logging into users Steam public, it has accepted me. But please note, I have already installed SteamCMD exe file once. And you need to remember, when you download SteamCMD file for the specific computer, it only requires once a verification code for a specific computer. So if you have, for example, like me, this here is a fake account, which I have, but my real account is for all the servers. And I can use all the accounts for all the servers. Simple as that. But if I haven't installed this program here before, I would get some kind of login failure verification, and you need to write in a command for this. This command here, set Steam guard code. So what you do is you write it here, set Steam guard code, and you will get a number of 5, I think, It's between numbers and letters. Because what happened when you log in first time, it will send the verification to your email address. And you just write in the code which you receive an email address. It can be all from like this, for example. And then you click enter. And then you can log in again. So then you have to do login, blah, 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 like this, and then the code, and then enter again. And then you will get this, which I already received. Login to user to Steam public success. So there we go. Now what you need to do is that you need to tell the program to download the files to a specific folder. So let's just create a folder for this. Let's call it server rock. So you first of all, let's see, you write in the command, what was it here? Force install director. Force install director, and then it tells you to write in the path to this directory. So I put it in the NS2 rocks. Let's start from the beginning. NS2 rocks and server rock. Here's the directory I want it to download to. This is my directory. You can pick whatever directory you want. So let's write it down. NS2 rocks on the line server rock. And now you click enter. Nothing happens, but it's correct. As long as it's correct, you're satisfied. The second code you're going to write down right now is update, which you can see here. Update. Then you want a specific number for network selection 2, which is 4940, and then validate. One thing I was thinking about the word validate, because why do you write validate at the ending of the disk? So going to this link here, I'm going to show it for you. If this is your first time installing, or if you're trying to verify the integrating of the server files, then you write in the validate. If this is simply an update to existing dedicated server, then you write in this. So now you know the difference between this here and this here. For me personally, for having extreme bad English, I don't understand the difference, so I always use this here. So it's not about understanding; it's about making it work. So yeah. Okay, back to the CMD here for SteamCMD. Now when you write this apt update 4940 and then validate, you click enter, and it will download all the files. As you can see now in this folder, it is downloading now. Hello guys, welcome back. And now I downloaded all the files using the SteamCMD exe file, and I close down the program. And I'm using a control panel for hosting my servers. The control panel I'm using is UGCC. This control panel is from Brainless. It's very good for small server operator like me. You host any type of servers. It's extremely professional, and I'm gonna get more details about this program. But if you don't have the founding for hosting this, if you just want to put up a server, then sure, we can do that. I'm not going to show you how. What you do right now is that you left click on this, then you right click. Okay, this is in Swedish. So this in English is create shortcut. Okay. So this is the remove, change name, yeah. And this is options. So this here, create shortcut. When you do this, you have this file, server exe shortcut. And also, what I forgot to mention, you need to create a server XML file. I already have one here. I copied it from my other service. But what you basically do is that you, let's do it here in desktop. You take new, text document, Then you get up this, you write server, and then you rechange this to XML. If you don't get this option to actually rechange it, then you need to look into your options. You know, the last three here. If you don't get the options, then you need to go to this in English is separate, I think, and then you go down to map and alternative, search alternative, I think. In here you have show something in English, and there you got files and maps, hidden files and maps, and then show hidden files and maps. You click on this and click enter, and then you will see the last letters, which gives you the rights to actually, like here, you can change this file here, you know. Yeah. Anyways, once this is created, I need to put info, and I'm just going to copy paste the one I already have. So you're going to see how it is. Just going to copy paste this here. This is my info I have right now for the test server. I'm using a specific port 27030. You can use, this is the main port. People already use this port, you know. 27015. Please note, network selection have a query port, which is one port above. So if you write 27015, query port will be 27016. But the only thing you need to think about right now is you have a specific port, which is this port here. Once that is done, you save it like this, and then you just drag it in this folder here. That's how you do it. Simple as that. I'm just going to delete the one here because I already have one here with a different port. So anyways, here. So now I need to, with this shortcut, I need to link, I need it to load this one here to make it work. So I go to options, and here is goal in English. Here. You space, and then you put line, and then you write file. That's the command for loading a specific file. Once that is done, you take it to this category. I already made this line, so I'm going to copy paste it. Oops, didn't work right. Crap. I need to do it again then. Let me see here. File, C. I'll put it in NS2 rocks. On the line server rock. On the line server XML. And one thing to note is that if you accidentally, just because you want to have it like this, is that you have a category with a space between, like NS2 and then space rocks. And if you do this command right now, it won't find it until you write this specific symbol. I don't know the word in English for the symbol. I put it there, and I put it at the opposite side, which is over here, and now it will find it. But I recommend you, when you do folders and so on, you just put everything tight together, which I have right now. There we go. Okay, let me double check if we did it correct now. NS2 rocks, server rock, server XML. Yeah, seems to be correct. Then we click, and then double click, and now it will open up the server. The end. But I'm just going to close it down because I don't recommend to use this. This is a bad way of hosting servers, because what it will do is that it will run, it will be fine, harmony until it crashes, and you will need to manually update it. There is some programs in the forum which you can use. For example, let me look here, NS2, creation, modding, here, automatic updates. You can use this program, but not to be negative, I don't recommend it, because what this program does, it constantly looks for HLD update exe file, and once it don't can recognize anymore through Valve, because Valve, their service is quite itchy, you know. So once a day maximum, for a short period of time, the HLDS update 2 won't work, and which means that this tool here will not have any connection to HLD update. So it will kill the server. So the automatically restart function won't be working. So you will have a dead server running. So you have to manually start again. Please note, this was when I used this program was half a year ago. So he probably solved this. And also now the HD update exe is not working anymore. So you probably won't have this issue. So I still recommend, of course, if you don't have money to pay for a control panel, then you can use this one here. It works, hopefully. For me it didn't work, but hopefully it works for you. No offense to the creator who made this program. Anyways, let's go back now. So what we are going to do is that we are going to, first of all, delete this here. We don't need this anymore. We're going to keep this here. And we are going to actually, I'm going to show you about this now, because now we need to talk a lot about this and how this works and how to find it and how, you know, because you can right now use the program without the function, but you will at least be able to use it and test it out for yourself until you find whatever you want to have as a control panel. So let's go to our home site. I don't remember it by myself, but I know if I Google it, brainless UGCC. There we go, brainless.us. Loading. Come on. Come on. Oh, let me do it again. There we go. Okay, here is the home site. The only thing you're going to do in this home site is you're going to go to the download. You're going to go to this panel which I'm talking about, UGCC. And then you also see easy UGCC. This here means is like easy install of this version, and I totally recommend you to use this one, because this one here you manually install it. This one here you install by one butt click. It's extremely easy. So here's the easy UGCC program. You click on download. It will download here. It's about 8 megabyte big. Okay, the download is completed. So what you do is that you double click on this and click on accept. Now it's going to extract. Once the extraction is completed, you choose a directory where you want to install it, and then you choose the port. Please do not use the default port. Default port is for web browsing, which is 80. So I recommend you to take anything else than use 80, like 100. Then you click on install, and down here is going to say installation complete, and then you're finished. Now to log into this panel, you just write your local host and then the port which you specifically added. Please note, if you are behind the router, you need to open up that port in your router. So this is how it's going to look like, and I'm just going to log out quick. The first password for this will be admin. So log in right now, and here is the control panel again. And if you're decided to actually buy a license, you will get all the functions to for the server, and you basically need a function to actually have use of this program. Function is all about monitoring and is auto restart. If it crashes, you can just click on a button using a smartphone. You can go in your smartphone and you just click and it will update it. You don't have to be home while doing this. So I recommend you strongly to get that. And there is a good description of how you can activate this. The only one thing which is very tricky though, which when you follow this description, you must restart the servers, because this program is using Windows servers. So every time you start up your computer, this program will automatically start up the server without you doing nothing. So you don't need to do anything anymore, because this program will do everything for you. So how do you find the servers in Windows? Well, tricky part, everything is Swedish here right now. So tjänster, translating in English, I think is services. So I think you should write service something. For me, you won't find it because I'm using Swedish. So it's tjänster in Swedish. You will get this icon here to the left. Click on this icon. Here you get all the services for Windows. You just click on one of the names and you press U, and you will see this two here. The one you're going to use is this one, www. You right click, you click on stop. Once that is done, you click on start. And that is the only thing you need to do when activating your license key. Once you follow all the steps, you have to restart it manually, this service. That's the only time you need to manually restart this program. So once you install it, you have the license key and so on. Or you don't actually have the license key right now, you just can do without it, just to see if it actually works for you. You go to admin menu and click on server management. And here you write the name. You can write whatever you know. This name won't be shown in the server. This name will be used for you to knowing that which server is what based on the name. So I'm gonna write NS2 rocks. I love Charlie and Brian and Corey and Max and just everybody. Yeah. And here server location, the host, and server type. Very important, you need to have the right one. The one you're going to choose is source protocol. Once that is done, you just click on the update and it will appear here. Oh, it did not. Oh, sorry, save new first. There we go. Now it's saved here. So you go to execute. I can't remember everything perfectly now. How I did this was a long time ago. And there is a description here what everything means, but based in my bad English, I do not understand this. I usually just test everything, and if it works, then I'm happy, and I just let it be. So this is a path for the folder. Let me look what I did in my old one here. I didn't write anything there. Okay, cool. Anyways, server executable. You execute the server exe file. Here I wrote this to this category, but I need to, of course, rechange it to where I put it, which is NS2 here, NS2 server rock. So I'm just gonna copy paste this because I'm lazy. Go in here, write this here, and I wrote, let me see here, service NS2 rocks. Oops, big letters, small letters. I want to have small letters. Rocks server rock, and there we go. That's done. Click on update, and now it's saved. You don't need to click on save new. If you click on save new, you're gonna have like a new one of these. And so let's go back to executable now. And command line is here you're gonna, because first of all you're gonna load up the service exe file, and then you need to tell it which command line it's gonna choose. And the command line you need to have is the server XML file. That's the file that's gonna tell the server name, the server port. So the one that we created is here, if you remember. And here's the information which I have. So we're here. This file. So we're gonna take this here, and we're just gonna write line file command to load a specific file, and then just copy this here, and you change this here. Simple as that. Also, good thing, you want to have a specific CPU because I have like 6 cores, and the first core is for Windows. I don't want to have the gaming server run at the same core as Windows. I want to have like a separate dedicated core. Please know right now, network selection only support 1 CPU. It have multitasking too, I think, when it loads different between the maps. I don't know exactly sure about that. So you just pick a specific CPU affinity, and then you take high priority. Very important. So it's going to only use your strength for this server and not anything else. It's going to prioritize this first. Take high priority, we take server 1. Let me see here, everything seems to be fine. You need to ignore this here, don't need it. And I'm just going to go to queries here. Game server query address. Here is if you have a static IP address, for example, I'm going to go back to mine, network selection 2, the one I have right now hosting for classic servers. I have a static IP address, which is this one here. If you don't have it, you use the local host. I can't remember the local host. Again, you can Google it. Google localhost. Here, oh, here it is. Localhost 127.0.0.1. There you go. And you write it here. And then query port. Remember, query port is 1 port above the game port. So for my survey XML file, I use it port 30. I recommend use the port 15 because that's like the standard one, and yeah, it's cool. And this has to be 31. So game server query port is 31. 1 port above is the port which something uses. I don't know exactly why it's 1 above, but that's the way it is, and yeah. So the port for your gaming server is going to be this one here. And then you're going to write in the IP address if you have a static one, which I have. So I'm going to add it here. Query, going to go back to, there we go. So back to query, going to add this here, game server address. Then I'm going to click on update. Now it's done. Now we're going to go to monitoring. Monitoring is extremely good because you click on this here, it will auto restart if the program is not working. And I have it in 2 here, and there's a description here about this function. You can take whatever number you want, but I have 2 because Tempest has it. He's hosting a network section 2 service. There we go. And what I also have, I never automatic restarts. Usually have once a day. I prefer it a lot. I usually have like 7 a.m. every day. I want to keep the server fresh once a day for server leaks and so on. So that's why I click on the auto restart button and then pick a time where I know people won't play this game. And then click on update. Now here is update tools. I just wrote this very quick before doing this tutorial video, and I know that this is wrong here, but anyways, this allows you to update it using this program. You can do it by your PC, by your smartphone, anywhere. You write in your local IP address and then with the port number, and then you just update it through this software here. And I'm going to show you how you're going to update it, but first I want to show you how to configure it. First of all, you won't understand this, not even I understand this. This is just the commands. So command argument for update command. So you write in here, login, your username, your password for Steam. Next command force install directory, and then you choose the directory you want to install it, and the one which we install everything was server rock. So let's do this. NS2 rocks server rock. There we go. Once you wrote that down, you have app update 4920 for network selection, and then you wrote the command quit after this. Now full path to the actual file which is going to do the update, which is the CMD, SteamCMD file, this one here. And if you remember, we put it in this folder here. So let's write the command for this. NS2 rocks SteamCMD _ SteamCMD exe, and click on update. Once that is done, and you're right now having your server online, which I'm going to do. There we go. Now it's online, working. And what you do now, if you want to, for example, it release a patch, you're going to be like, okay, I want to update this, and using your iPhone or Android or any type of software which has internet nowadays. You click on this, you click on this button here, update. Restore server after update. Click on this. Oh, sorry, I forgot to shut down the server. Here we go. Shut down is the button here. Stop. Then you go here. Update the server. Update. Now this will refresh after each and every 15 seconds. So now you know all the basic on how to host a network selection 2 server. Now we're going to do the final part. We're going to integrate it admin system. So in current beta 2.11, you are not able to a specific folder putting the files which you require to have admin access. So we have to do the hard way. We have to go through app data. And what is app data? App data is per user application specific files. A folder which gather like all the games which you've been playing to this folder. So what we do is we go to the computer, C drive, and just search for network selection 2. Loading is complete, and one of these folders is the correct folder where you must put in the specific files to get access to admin and also to the map cycles for changing the maps for your server. In my case, it was this one. So let's click on it. And as you can see, I've already created a server 1 folder. And inside this folder you can see 2 files, map cycle and server admin. I have not yet created a banner list. So let's look in the forums. When you start up the network selection 2 dedicated server, it will automatically look in app data network selection 2 config. In my case, I don't have a config file here. I only get server 1 file, the one I created. And also note that server admin, bandnet players and map cycle will not be created automatically. You need to manually create them inside the correct folder. So let's first of all take a look in my folder, server 1. I got map cycle, minimum time 10 minutes. So if a round takes longer than 10 minutes, it will randomly choose another map. Server admin. This is a basic one, only for myself, as you can see. This is how it looks like. And as you can see here is my Steam ID. So let's take a look. First of all, we're gonna give an padding to this location. Here's an example, line admin path and the specific category name. In my case, I wrote server 1. So let's go to admin control panel. And as you can see, I already wrote this down here. But take a look now. Line admin path server 1. This means that instead of it looking at the standard, which is admin path network selection to config, it will instead look at, let me see here. It will look at, yeah, app data network selection to server 1, which is this here. So now you know that. So go back to the UGCC. You write in this. I'm going to do it again. Admin path server 1. And click on update. And now you're done. What you need to do now is you need to add the correct Steam ID here. And he explains a very good freelancer. He's saying that first of all, let us go into a game and actually find it. Let's just pick a random game, Counter-Strike source. Let's click on it. Let's start it up right now. As you can see, we're inside a game and I'm using the Swedish version. So you're going to click on this, which is options in English. And then you're going to go to advanced. And you're going to enable activate the console menu in English and click OK. Restart the game. Once that is done, you click on the button right next to 1, the left button right next to 1 in your keyboard. And now just let us join a random server. I'm going to join my own server. There we go. And I click on the button right next to 1. I write status. As you can see, here is my Steam ID. You know, pay attention to 00. Okay, 00. Steam ID, then 00, and then the actual number. Let us quit this game. So let's go back and look in the Steam ID example. And for me, when I wrote status, I got 00, which means that I'm using the old Steam ID. If you write status and it is 01, it means that you have the new ID. So basically, then you can take your own number, which should be this number here for your ID, and then put it in here. In my case, for using the old Steam ID, I need to take this number and I need to multiply it with 2. So let's do this. So 919317 multiplies 2. So this would be my correct Steam ID. And this ID, once again, I need to put here in the users. So that's basically it. Now you know about all the basics. Now my tutorial is over. If you have any more questions, don't hesitate to contact me. Easiest ways to find me is to go into oldestgamers.com. At the top you see our public TeamSpeak server, ts.oldestgamers.com:9987. Contact Poofighter and I'm going to assist you.